Hi everyone, I'm Abby and welcome back to Ace Attorney Investigations. Now last episode we finished the first part of Turnabout Reminiscence and yeah, Gumshoe's in a bit of trouble. Yeah, pretty mad right now. Sir? What has become of the trial into the Codopian Embassy staff member's murder? Indeed, since both the suspect and the prosecutor are now dead, the case will be dismissed. In other words, trial ends here prematurely. Huh, looks like you'll have to wait just a little bit longer for your big debut. Suppose it can't be helped. The evidence for this trial will be transferred to you in a little while. Sir, what do you think about the murder of the Codopian Embassy staff member? And the murders of Mr. Faraday and Mr. Rell? What an outrageous circus has it all become. That Faraday brought it all upon himself with his naivete. An outrageous circus. Right, sir. I grow weary of this topic. Edgeworth will have you assigned to a different case. Papa, you'll come and watch my courtroom debut next, won't you? I'll consider it. Sir, if I may, please allow me to continue with my investigation. Whatever for. I know that there was already a suspect in the murder of Mr. Faraday and Mr. Rell. However, there's not enough evidence to prove that it was he who committed the crime. I'd like to continue investigating in order to find the perfect proof of his guilt. The perfect proof? Don't make me laugh. A worthless person like you has no right to claim such a thing as perfection. Papa? Who do you think is the real culprit behind these murders? Miles and I, we're competing to see who can find the real killer first. Plus, being able to investigate a real crime scene is a pretty rare opportunity. It'll give us some real life experience, wouldn't you agree? If you want to investigate this case that much, then do as you wish. Then you're allowing us to continue? In court, your top priority is to win, and a solid investigation is one of the keys to winning. We have to make sure you become recognized as a first-rate prosecutor, don't we? It wouldn't be very interesting otherwise. I'm returning home now. Edgeworth, Franziska, see to that I'm not disturbed, save for the results of your competition. Yes, sir. Of course, Papa. Franziska, thank you. What are you thanking me for? Your logic earlier was built on that scruffy detective's lie. That means the competition is still on. Yes, just as you wished. Couldn't let you get off so easily. Now then, let's see how well you fare on the investigation from here, Miles Edgeworth. I know I don't have enough information yet. My first order of business will be to question anyone involved with this case. Yeah. It's you. Oh, it's you, Edgeworth. And who are you? Wait, you were at the crime scene just now, weren't you? You should be despot for not knowing who I am. I am Franziska von Kammer, and I'm about to become the successor to the family name. About to? Guess that means that for now you're still just another kid. In which case, it's only natural they didn't know who you are. What? Why are you whipping me? Anyway, they're planning to hold the evidence a bit longer. There's one thing I can't stand, it's waiting. Terribly sorry, but I have a few more questions to ask of you. Look at you. Eyebrows scrunched with lines on your forehead. And that, to ask of you. What exactly is so funny? Sorry. I'm just bad at dealing with super serious atmosphere. Apparently, I feel like teach you proper behavior at a crime scene in law school. Oh, I feel much better now. So what does he want to talk about? I'd like to inquire as to where you were at the time of the murder. You were in defendant lobby number 1 the whole time, up until we heard the gunshot. And by we, I mean Mr. Bad if you don't believe me. Feel free to ask him yourself. With Detective Bad? Why? I had a little something to discuss, that's all. So we take it we're acquaintances with Detective Bad. Yeah, he was the detective in charge of the KG-8 incident. Detective Bad is also related to that incident? That's right. He was one who was supposed to protect my sister, Cissy. You know how that turned out, don't you, Edgeworth? Miles Edgeworth, I had no idea what you two are talking about. I've heard of the KGH incident from my papa. How does the case relate to you, Miss Yu? The victim of the case, Sissy Yu, was my little sister. You're making that super serious face again. I'm fine, really. I just make it a point to rub some more salt in his wounded pride every time I see him. The way she talks about doing that as she laughs away is kind of creepy. Oh, speaking of Mr. Bad, he and Mr. Faraday. I say they met up just about every single time the Arctic Garasu made a move. Practically a given the two would meet up at every one of the crime scenes. I see. You did mention that he was in charge of the Atagarasu investigation earlier. Maybe we should ask what she knows about the Atagarasu in more detail. You claim at the time of the murder you were with Detective Bad. But don't you lawyers usually discuss the trial with your clients during our recess? We do. That's what I was planning to do. But Mr. Faraday was being rather threatening and he dragged Mr. Rell away. After that, Mr. Bad came into lobby number 1, so we just stayed there and talked. And what did you talk with Detective Bad about? Nothing interesting. I just insulted him some. Talked about how the trial was going? I insulted him some more. Bloody! When she's not laughing, her mouth seemingly spews nothing but insults. Anyway, Mr. Bad and I went to find at lobby number 1 the murders occurred. I really can't tell you anything about the hallway or lobby number 2. I see. I'd like to ask you a few questions about your client, Mr. Mackerel. Now, your client first claims to be the Yatagarasu, is that correct? Yeah. Once I heard that it was the Yatagarasu that I made off the evidence with KG8, I had to ask Mr. Rell all sorts of questions, but to no avail. Turns out Mr. Rell is not the Yatagarasu. He had just made that up. Made it up? Mr. Rell's crime was caught on tape of the security cameras. But there's no footage of him sneaking into the Caudipian embassy itself. Hold on for just 1 second. Then you mean to say that you knew that he was not the real Yatagarasu? That he was just another cold-blooded killer, and you were ready to defend him? Yes, that's right. I see. So a defense lawyer is actually just someone whose job is to cover for criminals. That's why defense lawyers are so detestable, but they are no match for us fun commas. I don't believe it, you're serious. Why don't you save that face for something really worth being serious about? And Edgeworth, do you remember what I said earlier? I have my own agenda. I'm still the hunt for leads regarding the KG8 incident, alright? And for that, you have not a single qualm but defending a known killer? Don't put words in my mouth. I said no such thing. The only way I had to get close to Mr. Rell was to be his lawyer. I had no intention of covering for him ever. Don't you dare suggest I was going to. I'm sorry, forgive my rashness. Miss Yu, I was wondering if you could tell me about the Yatagarasu. The Yatagarasu, huh? I don't really know much about that character myself. But I do get a lot of consultation requests from companies to defend them. Requests from companies? Yatagarasu isn't some petty thief out for money, you know. Alright then, perhaps the Yatagarasu is in the business of stealing people's lives. You're not very funny or witty, are you, little Miss Von Karma? Grrr! Franziska, be careful about who you whip. Choose carefully, maybe so by... There, I chose carefully, just like you wanted. That just now was hilarious, little missy. Of course it was. What is wrong with these two women? Why does my pain give them delight? And so in the end, what is the Yatagarasu? I have to say I never even heard of this thief when I was in Germany. Yatagarasu deals with information. Namely in digging out dirt about backroom dealings and the likes of companies. Yatagarasu is a vigilante who steals such info that makes it public for all to see. Vigilante or not, this person sounds just another criminal to me. I suppose you could put it that way too. But either way, got a lot more clients now, thanks to that thief. Sounds like Miss Yu is profiting nicely. I suppose I've gotten all I can out of Miss Yu. Let's move on and speak with Detective Gumshoe now. Couldn't speak to him earlier because he was angry, so yeah. Detective Gumshoe. Hey, it's you, pal. You're here. Youch! As am I. I don't think you need to whip him to let him know that. I didn't do it, pal! Swear on my honor as a detective, I really didn't! Your words are useless. I place my trust only in the evidence, detective. Once the investigation is fully over and should we find out that you are the killer, there'll be no mercy to be had for you. Have a heart, pal. But you're not worried, right? After all, you have nothing to worry about if you really are innocent, that is. That's right. Hey, pal, go and do your perfect investigation to get the real killer for me, will ya? Would have done so, even if you not requested me to, detective. So you, Mr. Faraday, had a small meeting last week, did you? What exactly did you do to make him so angry? I just asked Detective Bad the same thing myself, pal. Turns out he was mad at me because of my very first day as a detective. I reported in my usual post at the Criminal Affairs Department. The time I got down to Criminal Affairs was really, really late. That's when he gave me that huge speech. I remember doing the exact thing in elementary school. On the first day of school every year, I'd always wind up going to my old classroom. How pathetic for the detective to be comparable to a mere school child. Poor Gumshoe, man. You claimed to be standing guard in front of the door to lobby number 2 during the recess. However, when did you receive the order to do so and from whom? Earlier at around 3:20 from Detective Bad, pal. Today's trial took a really crazy turn, so I was told to make sure nothing happened to Mr. Faraday. And yet, something did happen to him, correct? It looks like it was a total waste of manpower to assign to you to guard duty. Ow! Your words sting worse than your whip, pal. So it was Detective Bad who ordered him to stand guard, huh? Now then, Detective Gumshoe, is there anything else you'd like to tell me? Nope, not a thing, pal. In that case, let's take a look at what you were carrying on your personage. Ah! Wait! You can't do that! There's nothing of any particular value here. Well, my handcuffs and badges were confiscated by Detective Bad, so, you know. And where does that open envelope I see sticking out of your coat pocket? Ah! Hands off, pal! Just show it to us already. Yow! Annual bonus check within. $5 total. Except there's no check inside. You've had your luck to give it back, pal. It's my first bonus as a brand new detective. I just got it and cashed it today. I had literally no cash on me up until I did, you know? So the envelope is really special to me. Now give it back. You don't need rubbish like this. Don't worry, we'll throw it away for you later. How could you? Yeah. I feel so bad for him. I'm sorry, but I need to take him in for questioning now. I think I've asked him just about everything I needed to. No, wait. Since he became a suspect, there is one piece of evidence that should reconfirm. Officer, I ask that you wait a second. I still have one thing I'd like to reconfirm with Detective Gumshoe. Understood, but please make it brief, sir. I want to hear from the horse's mouth. I must confirm whether or not his testimony about when the crime occurred is the truth. You told me earlier that you heard no sound, other than the gunshot out in the hallway. Is that correct? No mistake about it, pal. And you were also claiming that no one passed through the hallway either. Is that also correct? Yep, not even a single ant passed through the hall while I was on duty. You do realize the lie you're telling is not only making life more difficult for yourself, huh? Oh, but it's true. I didn't see anybody go through the hallway and I didn't hear anything else, pal. If the killer found a way to kill the two guys, it's beyond what I can even imagine. So he intends to continue telling this ridiculous lie. Why would he do so given the situation he's in? With a thorough investigation, the hallway in front of the defendant lobbies is in order. Ack! You! Ugh! How could you not have noticed that coming? Ugh! Wasn't that the child change money for earlier? Thanks! That's exactly what I needed. Kids can sometimes be so cruel. Looks like she dropped something. Maybe we should arrest the girl. She might turn out to be a valuable lead. Ugh, probably some sort of punishment may need to be dealt with the next time we meet. I believe that's all I needed of this man. Now for Detective Bad and the judge. I have to confirm he was correct. The judge that's got a face, right? I suppose we should inspect the hallway and put to lobby number 2 next then. Suppose so. Shall we out and over, Francisca? Yeah. So, did you see anything else? No, I don't think so. I see. Well, thanks for your cooperation. Oh, it's nothing. Just doing my duty as a defender of the law. That'll be all for now. I'll ask again if you have any other questions. Anytime, Detective. Now, if you excuse me, I have a few loose ends I have to tie up. Oh, you're that new prosecutor Mr. Von Kramer recommended, right? My name is Miles Edgeworth, Your Honor. And I'm Manfred von Kammer's daughter, Franziska von Kammer. I'm set to become the successor to my genius father any day now, Your Honor. I see, Mr. New Prosecutor recommended by Von Kammer, Miles Edgeworth, and Mischief. Ack! A bit in the tongue. Are you alright, Your Honor? Please feel free to refer to me as just Miss Von Kammer, Your Honor. As for him, just Edgeworth is fine. Apparently, somebody doesn't feel that I'm worthy of a proper title. Oh, very well then. I shall call you Miss Von Karma and Mr. Prosecutor Edgeworth. Your Honor, Mr. Edgeworth is fine, sir. Now about your earlier testimony. Yes? What about it, Mr. Edgeworth? I'd like to ask you a few questions about what exactly you saw. Alright, after all, it's my duty to clear for my testimony as a defender of the law. I greatly appreciate your cooperation, Your Honor. Now the first thing I will need to do is figure out the detective's exact movements. Your Honor, I'd like to ask you a few questions if you don't mind. Where were you at the time of the murder? Do you expect me to say something? No, nothing of the sort, Your Honor. Very well, you may continue with your testimony. Your Honor, it's your testimony I'm after. Oh! I had no idea you were chasing after me or my testimony. Didn't just sense that I might want to avoid being in a trial run by this judge. Too late there, kinda, considering what we know. Let's see here. Now then, how should I put this? When you get to be my age, you need to pay more frequent visits to the restroom. If you go take a look through the window at the end of this hall, you'll see a small window. That is the window to the men's restroom. In other words, you can see clearly into this hallway for the men's restroom. Now, as going into the restroom, that detective, Gumshoe, is it? Well, he was standing in front of the vending machines buying something from it. However, and this I couldn't believe, when I was about to exit the restroom, there was not a soul in the hallway anymore. Your Honor, if you could please calm down and explain to me rationally. Oh, I'm really sorry. Please let me regain my composure. It's really suspicious. That's what my finally honed judge's intuition said. Although, well, until the murders occurred, I just sort of brushed it off. Apparently this judge doesn't understand the concept of staying calm. It's probably all I'm going to find out from His Honor. Mr. Edgeworth, may I return to my other duties now? Yes, I'm sorry to have held you up. Thank you for your cooperation, Your Honor. Anytime, Mr. Edgeworth. Anytime. The judges in this country seem rather friendly. Yes, not a little wishy-washy. However, I hear that they are known to hand down very fair verdicts. Detective Bad, I have something I wish to inquire about. Hey, how about doing some actual work, you? I wish to inquire into Detective Gumshoe's movements during the recess. You're getting in the way of the investigation. I have an order from Mr. Von Kramer himself, plus I still hold investigative authority. So I hear you were the one who called for Detective Gumshoe to come down here. Fair day. I was just accused, you know? Just knew something was gonna happen. Detective's instincts told me. A lot of good it did you. You couldn't even protect one lone prosecutor with it.
Hold it!
Francisca, I think you need to apologize. I'm sorry. I'm terribly sorry, Detective Bad. Please continue. I used the phone on the first floor. I called the precinct. I told them to send somebody over. And that detective's the only one that showed up. Only upon his arrival did you say Detective comes to stand guard, Mr. Detective Bad. Yeah, waited for him on the first floor. After he got here, he came up to those to defendant lobbies together. As we entered this hallway, I ran into you. She told us that Faraday was really mad, and that he dragged Rel off to lobby number 2 to have a word or something. And that Faraday had said to not let anyone interrupt them. So what choice did I have? All I could do was tell the big lug to stand guard outside. Around what time did all that take place? Let's see. I think it was about 30 minutes before I heard the gunshot. After giving the big lug his assignment, he never left the hallway, not once. Oh, now can you make such a claim? From the guards out in this for his main hobby swore to me he didn't. If the detective never left the hallway, then where did he disappear off to? That's simple. He must have gone into lobby number 2, just as I suspected. You and I, we were in lobby number 1 next door. The only one without an alibi is Gumshoe. It would seem that I'm still missing some key pieces of information. Detective Bad, you also heard the gunshot, did you not? Yeah. I heard it when I was in defendant lobby number 1. That's why I came running towards lobby number 2 together with you. How much time elapsed between you hearing the gunshot and your arrival on the scene? Less than a minute. What were your movements upon hearing the gunshot? Grabbed the big lug, who was just walking around in the hall, and raced to lobby number 2. That's when we discovered the bodies, in that order. It makes you discover at the crime scene, right? Yeah, I guess it does, little miss. I am about to become a prosecutor very soon. You will treat me with the dignity I deserve or else. Wave that thing around anymore, and I'll have you arrested for obstruction, little miss. You wouldn't dare. Just joking. Ugh. Detective Bad is really something if he can make Francisca behave. Are we about done? Is there anything else I should ask him about? I'd like for you to tell me the exact time you heard the gunshot. It was around the end of the recess, and the trial was about to start again, I think. He was supposed to make time for himself to transfer the evidence he was holding. But I got the sense he wasn't gonna show for the handoff. So I figured I should go get him, or he'd be late. And just as I thought that, bang, sound of a gunshot hit my eardrums. So we heard the gunshot right before the trial was about to restart, huh? Are we done here? Don't have any time to waste. Oh, come on. All you're doing is standing in front of this door doing nothing. You get the sense that he's someone investigating this crime scene, or rather that he's keeping us under surveillance. To what end? Detective Bad, may I ask you to cooperate with us for just a bit longer? I don't have anything else to say to the two of you. You guys are the ones who said you wanted to investigate in the first place. Fine then, be obstinate. We'll do it just as we please. Come on, Miles. You may no longer be willing to help us, however. May I ask for the forensic scientist's cooperation? Do as you like. It would appear that this vending machine sells snacks and various other foods. Just lovely. What will they think of next? Don't be a jerk in courts like these, Biff Jokes. One packet for $9. Defendant's fresh milk, 1/2 pint for $7. Stay neutral as the Swiss do until the drop of these for $6. They're awfully overpriced. The lineup is simply awful, period. Speaking of snacks, I wonder if that Swiss roll the little girl dropped us from this machine. I was wondering about that myself. Stay neutral as the Swiss do until the end of these. The end of what? Well, I assume it means the end of the trial. Suppose this means that one should eat these during a recess. You can't eat during a trial. Suppose the only time you can eat them is now, huh? Wouldn't mind if you wanted to eat one now. They come in packs of 2 after all. We're in the middle of an investigation. Besides, I don't have $6 on me. Well, I could pool our money and buy a pack together. If I had to split it with you, then I don't want it. Yeah, nothing important here. Defendant's fresh milk. What exactly is that supposed to mean? I bet it means that milk is freshly milked by various defendants on trial right now. No, if it might mean that this was milked right here from the various defendants. Miles Edgeworth. You can't possibly be serious. Of course not. Yeah, just some funny dialogue and stuff like that. Nothing important though. What is this? It's a pink-colored piece of trash. Made of rubber. I feel like I've seen something like this before. Well, all I see is a piece of garbage. But you know, the fact that there's a litter running loose inside this courthouse, it's simply unforgivable. Ack! It's not like I was the one who littered. Rubbish belongs in a rubbish bin. Oh, what's the matter? I pricked myself with one of these cactus's needles. I didn't think needles on this thing would be so sharp. Well, what did you expect? Can you imagine how bad it would be if you were hit on the head by one of these? Anyway, this cactus seems to be unrelated to our case. Do you really think so? I believe that this cactus sitting on this windowsill is completely related. Oh, well then look forward to your explanation on how exactly it is related. What are these black speckles? I believe it's a pile of ants eating away. Ooh, the detective, he claims not a single ant slipped by him. Yep. And yet here it is a whole hill of them. Ack! What are you hitting me for? As a replacement for that pathetic detective. I should add this deduction to the detective's growing tab of pay cuts. Anyway, I wonder what the ants are eating. The look and sweet smell for pieces of cake and chocolate from a Swiss roll. Miles Edgeworth, the courthouse has to be kept pristine at all times. No, it wasn't me that dropped food on the ground. The courthouse must be kept clean. No! The dirt on this bench smells like some sort of sweet substance. I can't believe there's someone going around dirty in the courthouse. For shame. Calm down, Franziska. And take a good look. Doesn't this smudge look kind of like a handprint to you? I suppose it could be. Which means that perhaps you can lift the prints off the person who sullied this bench. I see. And then we'll know the identity of our mystery slob. You there, lab technician. Would you please find out who this handprint belongs to? Sir, yes, sir. Got the results of the fingerprint analysis, sir. And, do you know who they belong to? Sir, the fingers belong to Detective Gumshoe. Oh, interesting. Good work, officer. And there you have it. Yes, I suppose so. Now we know the identity of the person who dirtied the bench. I sense that you and I will be using this information in very different ways. Eh. These bits of chocolate and cake, they not come from a Swiss roll? A Swiss roll? Why would a courthouse sell a thing like that? May not seem like the right venue. However, it is being sold right over there. The vending machine. Ah, I see. Stay neutral as suspicious until the end with these. 2 for $6? Talk about expensive. Leaving the fact it's on the expensive side aside. The fact that the cake crumbs and chocolate bits are found in this hallway suggests that they came from a Swiss roll that was purchased from this machine. Yeah. I think I have a pretty clear picture of what happened here now. Naturally. After all, I'm here, don't I? Detective Gumshoe must have sat on this bench as he ate a Swiss roll. And as he ate, he dropped it on the floor and saw the bench. How could he not have cleaned up after himself? How utterly despicable. Don't you dare whip me again. It wasn't I who made the mess in the first place. Anyway, if it was indeed Detective Gumshoe who bought the Swiss roll, it creates a rather interesting contradiction of facts. A contradiction? Where? I think that look at the special courthouse vending machine is in order. Yeah. Yeah, he had $5 and no other money on cash on him until he cashed this. They cost $6, so yeah. About Detective Gumshoe's finances, he said that until this morning, he didn't have even a single penny on his personage. Just how poor is that guy? If his bonus really was only $5, then he should not have been able to purchase a pack of Swiss rolls. However, facts being as they are, we found cake crumbs on the floor. Meaning Scruffy must have bought a pack somehow. Indeed. The detective should not have been able to purchase a pack, and yet he did. Question is, how? This pink rubbery substance. I saw this in a different form earlier today. I believe this is a piece of a pop balloon. I suppose that's possible. The balloon probably got a little too close to our friend, the windowsill cactus. That would be the logical conclusion, yes. There we go. Probably should stop this here, though. I'll finish this second part in the next episode. So yeah, thanks for watching. Feel free to like and comment and subscribe. Check out my Twitch and Ko-Fi and Twitter/X. And again, next episode I'll be looking at testimonies and stuff like that to finish the second part. So hope you join me for that. Peace off.